Its body is dark and mysterious, as if crafted from shadows. At its center is a massive red eye, gazing intently at you, as if it sees everything. Beneath it hang 3 smaller eyes that move independently, dripping crimson liquid that flows into its jagged, tooth-filled maw. Its teeth are razor-sharp, always appearing ready for something horrifying. Dangling from its side is a heart, dark, menacing, and still beating, as if it were alive. From its head protrude roots or tentacles that writhe and emit eerie, unsettling sounds. Oren instills fear with its very presence, a creature born to haunt the darkest corners of your mind. His appearance sends shivers down your spine. His head is covered in wounds, exposing his brain, while his bared teeth seem ready to tear apart anything in his path. One eye is a dark, empty void filled with shadow, while the other burns bright and horrifying, a symbol of terror. His sharp, red hat resembles a blade, and the clinking of chains around him echoes as if he's eternally bound. Beneath his body dangles a heart, dark and eerie, beating to the rhythm of a haunting melody. It feels stolen and lifeless. Raddy looks like a creature straight out of a nightmare. His presence brings an overwhelming sense of cold and fear. Each step he takes is accompanied by a sound that resembles a scream of pain. This image lingers in your mind, impossible to forget. Its body is dark, with shades of green and black, as if it absorbs all light around it. Its face is terrifying, marked with bloody streaks, as though it has committed something unspeakable. Its eyes are empty, yet they seem to stare directly into your soul. Its mouth resembles a skull, twisted into a sharp, ghastly grin. The silhouette is elongated and angular, moving slowly, like shadows creeping through grim alleyways. Its appearance and movements evoke pure dread, as if it exists solely to remind you of fear and darkness. Her face resembles a skull with hollow black eyes that seem to peer directly into your soul. Crimson stains on her head look like dripping liquid, while her disheveled hair adds an air of chaos to her appearance. A bright pink bow feels eerily out of place, as if it serves as a haunting reminder of a lost childhood. Her thin neck looks fragile, and her body is clad in dark clothing, marked with red stains resembling claw marks. Pinki resembles a ghost from a dark fairy tale, one that brings an icy chill and creeping dread. Her quiet laughter echoes like a rusty blade slicing through silence, freezing anyone who hears it with fear. Durple is a creature of nightmares. Its distorted purple figure seems to be forged from darkness itself. A massive mouth filled with sharp teeth stretches into a terrifying, malevolent grin. From its single black eye flows a red liquid, burning with madness. Thin, spiky protrusions cover its body, like barriers against the light. Its sinister form flickers like smoke, vanishing and reappearing, ready to pursue anyone in its path. Durple is the embodiment of eerie music, a sound that seeps into the mind and leaves traces of fear. His gray face resembles a mask, concealing emotions, with crimson droplets streaming down from his head, as if from a gaping wound. His eyes are empty, black, streaked with bright red trails, like traces of tears born from pain or rage. His mouth shows neither a smile nor fear, exuding a cold sense of soullessness. Jagged red lines mark his body, resembling scars or the remnants of battles, etched upon him forever. This character seems crafted to evoke unease and an oppressive sense of dread. His presence serves as a reminder of the otherworldly and the relentless fear of the unknown. Sky is a terrifying and grotesque figure. His mutilated body is crowned with long, sharp spikes that resemble claws. One of his eyes is enormous and red, oozing crimson liquid, as if it gazes directly into your soul. The other eye is an empty black void, radiating nothingness. His mouth is stretched into a horrifying grimace, as if he is screaming in agony. Red liquid drips down his body, amplifying his nightmarish appearance. His hands, tipped with razor-sharp claws, look capable of tearing through anything in their path. Sky seems like a creature from a dark realm of pain and fear. He inspires dread and the unshakable feeling that he is always nearby, ready to strike. Who do you think is more awful? You can vote for your idol. If in your opinion Oren is scarier and more horrible, put a like. Subscribe to the channel if your idol is Durple. Vote while we're still alive. Hurry up, we don't have much time. Gray is a creature pulled straight from the depths of nightmares. Its mutilated body is marked with bloody wounds, as if it has emerged from the very depths of hell. Its face is split in two. On one side, fragments of flesh and bone. On the other, a black void that seems to pull everything around it into nothingness. Its body twitches constantly, as though it exists in perpetual agony. Each step it takes is accompanied by an eerie creak, like metal scraping against bone. Red liquid drips from its form, leaving a sinister trail in its wake. A chilling sense of dread always surrounds it. Gray is the embodiment of pain, fear, and destruction. Jevin is a creature born of pure darkness. Its black silhouette blends seamlessly with the shadows, while its empty white eyes stare straight into your soul, freezing you with fear. Crimson liquid seems to flow from its face, leaving a terrifying trail in its wake. Its body resembles a lifeless, shapeless shadow, ready to engulf anyone who dares to come too close. As it moves, an ominous whisper fills the air, chilling everything around it. Jevin appears where hope is absent, bringing with it nothing but dread and emptiness. Wenda's dark body resembles a shadow, with eyes that are black voids filled with blood. Her face is twisted into a chilling grin, exposing razor-sharp teeth that seem ready to tear apart anything in their path. Her clawed hands stretch forward, as if searching for her next victim. Her entire body is covered in wounds and bloody streaks, making her appearance even more horrifying. It feels as if she has emerged from the depths of darkness, emitting eerie, fear-inducing sounds. Wenda absorbs all the light around her, leaving only pitch-black gloom in her wake. She seems like a living nightmare, a creature brought to life to terrify and relentlessly pursue you wherever you go. Its massive red eyeball stares directly into your soul, as if trying to uncover your deepest fears. Surrounded by metallic spikes, it resembles something mechanical yet eerily alive. From the top of its head protrude 4 clawed spines, like black tentacles from a dark nightmare, marked with sinister traces. Crimson streaks drip from beneath the eye socket, hinting at its malevolent nature and shadowy past. A barely perceptible smirk on its lifeless lips sends shivers down your spine. This is not just a monster. It is the embodiment of terror, emerging from the deepest shadows to claim you. Mr. Fun Compute is a terrifying and ominous figure, as if it emerged from a dark, otherworldly realm. Its screen is completely black, with red flares at the edges that resemble screams or agony. Chains anchor it in place, looking like they've come straight from hell, glowing with a sinister purple light that intensifies its eerie aura, making it clear this being does not belong to our world. The screen is a dark abyss, terrifying to gaze into, as it feels like it drains the life from anything it touches. This computer frightens with its very presence. It's unclear whether it has a life of its own, or is controlled by something else. But there's an unmistakable sense of darkness, fear, and danger emanating from it. His massive red eye burns as if a flame, piercing straight into your soul. His black mouth resembles an endless void, swallowing all light around it. His tattered body is marked with stains of crimson liquid, and sharp spikes jut from his head like needles, ready to pierce anything in their path. This character terrifies with his very presence. He seems to laugh silently, and his movements are abrupt and unnatural, like those of a broken puppet. Simon appears to exist solely to spread fear, and his image fills you with an overwhelming sense of despair. Garnold looks like a living nightmare. His head resembles an explosion, fiery and bright red like flames, instead of a skull. An exposed brain is visible, riddled with dark cracks as if it's leaking shadows. His neck is thin, like a stick, and his bones jut outward as if his skin has long since vanished. Red liquid drips down his body. This is not a human, but something horrifying, as if crafted from pure darkness. His appearance sends shivers down the spine, and his presence turns everything around him dark and cold. Each step he takes echoes like the whisper of something sinister. This is someone no one would ever want to encounter, whether in a dream or in reality. Which story did you like better? Vote in the comments. Each story is marked with an emoji. Just pick one and write your emoji in the comments. Hurry up, I'm waiting. Tunner is a horrifying creature whose very presence fills you with dread. His head is an empty void, like a gateway to hell, with something bloody and nightmarish lurking inside. A single, dangling eye hangs by a thin nerve, following your every move no matter where you go. Red liquid seeps continuously from his body, staining everything around him in a crimson hue. Sharp teeth protrude from his exposed jaw, ready to tear through anything in their path. Every movement he makes is slow and unnerving, as though he thrives on your fear. His gaze penetrates deep, making your heart stop. There's no escape from him. He lingers in your nightmares, a manifestation of darkness itself, come to claim you. Vineria's body resembles a writhing stalk, covered in dark, textured skin streaked with crimson liquid. Her most terrifying feature is her enormous eyes, round, blood red, and filled with an unnerving intensity, as if they can see straight through you. Her face is stretched into a horrifying, unnatural grin, with sharp, gleaming white teeth that seem poised to frighten anyone who dares to come near. Her gaze is deeply unsettling, piercing directly into your soul. If she were to laugh, the sound would be cold and hollow, leaving nothing but pure fear in its wake. Vineria is the embodiment of evil, a figure whose very presence chills the air and instills terror in all who see her. Its face is a dark monitor from which eerie, gaping smiles and glowing white eyes emerge, piercing through the pitch blackness. A mouth filled with jagged teeth seems ready to sink into any prey. Sharp black lines, like tentacles or claws, extend from its head, giving it the appearance of a predator. A red light emanates from the monitor, evoking a sense of malevolence, as if a demonic force lurks within this shell. Its thin, elongated neck and overall gaunt frame resemble a monster lying in wait for its chance. Funbot seems designed to send chills down your spine and awaken the darkest nightmares. Its large red eye stares directly at you, as if it can see all your fears. Its body resembles a broken, decaying tree, as though it has endured endless pain. On its head is a strange mark, like a broken branch or the remnants of a hat, adding to its eerie appearance. Across its chest is the word missing, as if it has lost something or someone, and is now endlessly searching. Its gaze is cold and unsettling, making you feel watched no matter where you go. It looks like a strange, otherworldly being that has long forgotten what it means to be alive. Mr.Sun is a terrifying, burning eye of horror. Its gaze blazes with intense fire as if hell itself burns within. The surface of the eye is fractured, with darkness seeping through the cracks. Surrounding it are sharp, jagged spikes, as though it has torn its way through something grim and dreadful. This is no mere creature, but an evil spirit, ever watchful and hunting for its next victim. Its gaze pierces straight into the soul, freezing you with fear. There is no escape from this being. It feels as though it is always watching you, no matter where you are. His silhouette resembles a terrifying figure from a nightmare. The rounded shape of the head with sharp horns seems to embody menace. A narrow stripe across the chest, reminiscent of a cold, metallic emblem, adds an air of mystery, as if this character is a being from another realm. Its pitch-black form appears to devour light, creating an aura of uncertainty and fear. Its thin, elongated elements resemble shreds of shadow, ready to engulf anyone who dares to come closer. This figure seems crafted to evoke primal dread and unease. It seems as though this character brings chaos and darkness, leaving behind only silence and cold.
Did you like the show? Put a like, subscribe to the channel not to miss the next video. Bye-bye!